Everybody, welcome back. We're playing. We were doing a little bit of the weekly pack on stream today. I'm gonna go back to expansion pack 2 for now, but we'll mix in a little bit of both. Not in this video, but over the course of the next several videos for sure. And I gotta tell you, I'm celebrating a little bit because I'm not so bad anymore. I'm also just gonna briefly go to the options menu and turn the. Wait, the audio's already down. I had just turned up the volume on my own personal end. I apologize. There have been some changes to the game. Like Guinea Pig, for example. This is no longer a tier 3. It's now a tier 1. So essentially you're buying like 2 1-1s when you buy it. I don't think that's good. But I do think for... Oh, dude, I would love a salty bagel right now. I know that salt would not be maybe like the first thing you would think of with a bagel, but a little bit of rock salt on top of a bagel, don't stop till you're numb. You know what I mean? Anyway, the guinea pig has an effect that has some merit now. Not a lot of merit, but... Hold on, how am I doing? I need a dang strawberry. What am I doing? What the heck am I doing? Here's what I like about the ladybug. Why don't we just start there? The thing I like about the ladybug is that, not the ladybug, the guinea pig. I'm losing my mind. I didn't even freeze the other one. What was I? I'm losing it. There we go. We got one back. Strawberry. Give me a freaking strawberry, man. I'm rolling. I'm going sicko mode. This is not the right thing to do, but it's what I'm doing. And I don't care about the birds. What I like about it is that you can get a lot of levels up very quickly. What I don't like about it is everything else, particularly the fact that you need 2 capacity to use it at all, otherwise its effect won't work. Let's not even worry about that round, okay? I'm doing this to prove a point at this point. Let's make the guinea pig get some strawberry buffs, strawberry buffs, strawberry buffs. Now, I kind of like the mouse now, too. I know you're not going to take me seriously, because why would you give in... what I just pulled on the last shot. But just look at this for a second, okay? All of a sudden, we got a guinea piglet. We got a level 2 guinea pig at a 5-7. We got the possibility of possibly getting a woodpecker that levels up somewhat quickly out there. And I gotta tell you, I think a mouse, here's my thinking. The woodpecker works really well if we get like a koala or something else that has like a functional hurt trigger. We're gonna lose this one and it's gonna hurt. But we didn't lose by much. That's pain though. Just work with it for now. You're also great. But let me tell you, here's the thing. Look at these shops, okay? Food doesn't do anything really. You need to enable it. This gives 2 stats for 3 gold. This gives 2 stats for 2 gold. I'll take that in a heartbeat right now. Anyway, why don't you buy me? We're going to see if we can't get this to work. A koala would really hit the spot. I'm not going to buy sell you, but I would legitimately just purchase you and sell you next round. I still don't see a koala. Frog has been changed too. It's now a tier 1, but the stats don't stay swapped. It swaps at the start of battle and then unswaps when you get back to the shop. So I'm no longer a believer in the frog having, if you'll forgive me for saying it, having really any sort of utility whatsoever. I think it's just... the one thing I found that was good is like you can temporarily buff like a salamander or something like that, and then flip those stats to another unit that has like low stats but a great effect, like a triceratops or something. Now, if you didn't follow all that, that's okay. We're just getting started here. So check, what about this? We've never done this before. Sell me. Give me a level 2 woodpecker. And then what about applying 2 weakness to the front 2 enemies right off the bat? And I would still probably keep a yak as a just-in-case me. The toad has been changed too. It no longer works on enemies being shuffled. I'm going to give you a cucumber for the time being. I still don't see a koala. At this point, I say maybe... If it's not too late for a koala, at least what I would say is you had your chance. You had your chance. So I'm not sold on this team being any good, and I think our stats make that pretty fair, pretty clear. But we're at least going to learn something here. It's certainly a weird one. Whether or not it's any good, I don't really know. They did all that to make their cockroach better? Look, I've been there, okay? Now, I really think as much as I froze a guinea pig here, we can sell both of these for better units when the time comes. Although, admittedly, you having the strawberry is a slight impediment to that. Here's the deal, okay? I think leveling up next turn is kind of important. So why don't we... I'm going to roll to see if I can get an animal that appeals to me more. Probably not a duck. Probably a little late for a cassowary that scales at 1/1. I think maybe you can keep a mouse around, but we went for the rolls. The rolls didn't work. That's okay. So this team is actually doing something right now. I don't know how long it's going to continue to do something. They've got their own koala team. And it didn't really pop for them. We're somehow back in the realm of respectability. I kind of can't believe it. Now, here's where we get some good animals. Okay. So, we're going to level you. I think that might be fine, honestly. We're going to start by selling the guinea piglet, but we need 2 capacity. I hate to say it, but you are a 7/10, you're a 4/4, you're gone for now, you're gone next. But we absolutely, I think we need to try to get the platypus to go. It's free stats, basically. It pays for itself. Now, do we want to add a husky into the situation? I don't know. 1/1 buffs are a little meager, but you might be able to get a level. You know what? Sure, welcome to the squad, okay? Now, obviously, these guys have food buffs, so they're not going to get the buff. But just for any form of stat, I'm okay with it right now. You guys don't appeal to me all that much. Way late for what we were trying to do here. I would roll again. We're really looking for a good animal, basically. I don't think a mantis is going to do it for us. We're going to sell a guinea pig. If we're going to sell a guinea pig, get it out of here so we can soak up another turn of buffs, okay? Now, this is weird, but just work with me. We're going to buy another platypus. When you have 2 space, the platypus is like, it's a gimme. Now, sell me anyway. Sell me anyway. Just work with me for a freaking minute here, okay? Are we really... Could we get a mantis to work out? Just freeze it for a second. See if you get something with a faint trigger. We did not. I would... think about this. Is what I would do. I don't think we're rolling mantis. But you do get 2/2. You know what? We might as well give the best animal. Like the best stats. Because you're going to get killed anyway. But now you're going to... Okay, let's do it at the back, maybe? I know how this looks. But it... Oh, when you... No, it's not on faint. Okay. So, sorry. I got lost in the sauce a little bit there. I want to keep my bird at the front because we are using it to enable weakness on the enemies rather than what you typically use it for, which is to enable hurt triggers on a koala. Well, we heard their koala, but it's not what they were looking for, let me tell you. Hold on, are we still popping here somehow? I think the dream is we use a mantis to kill a bunch of blobfish, which allows our Siberian husky to level up to the point where it actually, like its stats are meaningful instead of what they are right now, which is like a little meh. Now we're looking for units with faint triggers. That is a unit with a faint trigger. We don't want to give food buffs to anything because the Huskies, what we're looking for right now. We're never going to have space to make the platypus work again, but I thank you so much for what you've given me in the process. An anteater is a great faint unit for next turn. Sorry, platypus, it's just not your time. Okay, the Huskies still, it's not buffing a lot, but it's generating some copium for us, at least after such a horrible start to the game. That seems poor. That seems bad for us. All right. All right. Hold on, we're drawing? Wow, dude, I'll take it. Somehow, I'm really starting to feel a little bit more comfortable in this pack, which is, honestly, you should notice that when you start seeing me experimenting a little bit. So now, in order to do this, like, it's going to be a little... You're actually, like, a pretty good unit, just for the record, I think. But we have to put you at the front so that we can then... I'm selling you regardless. But blobfish in front of the Siberian Husky, which I genuinely think is like our win condition. So just have mercy. I think you need to get as much HP as possible for us to get to 10 wins. I know we have like easier level ups. I know we got some stuff that maybe looks a little bit more obvious, but for me, this looks good to me right now. Now I'm going to buy a taco, but maybe I can roll first. Oh, that's insane. Let's buy that instead. Let's get another blobfish ready to go. I rolled past the fox, which I regret, honestly. Then I got 2 foxes. How about that? So we could, in theory, have like a level 2 fox. Which is actually like one of the best scalers in the pack as long as you manage your food shop appropriately. So they got back koala this time. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like they're going to beat me, but not by much. Are we on lethal now? We should be. We threw really hard in the early game. But now we got a level 2 husky. That's very good. Now we want a blobfish. With God as my witness, I think you sell your woodpecker. We don't really... It's, you know what? Actually, it's really nice that it breaks green peppers, but we can't put you at the front or you'll get killed by the mantis. So you're just shooting my own units right now. The toad, I also don't necessarily need to keep around, but I like what it's doing, okay? Now, here's the deal. We don't want to necessarily give anything a green pepper because it... because it would mean that they don't get a 2-2 buff, which is not a ton, but it's enough for me to think about. So right now, rather than buy this fox, I think we try to set up our level 1 fox to buy a distributed food, like a taco, for example. So freeze the taco. We're hoping we get another food in here we like to buy. A fortune cookie. Look. You're probably getting sold. Let's at least give you a chance. 3 units get the buffs, the fox buys the tacos, distributes the damage out there. This is for all the marbles. We could easily lose, just for the record. Now, I'm very thankful we're alive. I think we lose, though. How are we killing this puffin? With the crit of the century! Okay, we're alive. I can't believe the fortune cookie made a difference. Now, things might start to move very quickly. So these are 2 great pickups. We could, in theory, roll 2 foxes, but it doesn't really work. It's not what I'm looking for. I think you can keep both of these frozen. At the end of turn, give friend ahead 1/1 and multiply buff with turn number. So right now, you're giving 11/11 permanently to the unit in front of you. Yeah, let's... Maybe it's not permanent, but it's pretty good for now. Would I kill the toad? Yeah, the toad really doesn't have much reason to exist anymore. And then the stegosaurus. Maybe the stegosaurus stays winning because it's at end of turn? Yeah, okay. And out of all these, I would just start by buying one. And then we'll have the fox eat the other one. It'll give 12 HP to 2 different units. It sucks that it went to the frog, but so be it. So the stegosaurus, is that a permanent buff? Because if so, that's pretty freaking sweet, dude. Okay, their koala is cracked. We did crit. I don't think it's going to be enough. We weren't off by too much. I'm actually... We really, I think, threw that game in the early game rather than the late game. I think we were getting into something there in the late game. Plus, I was reasoning well for once. I didn't feel like I was just getting destroyed. Okay, give me a seahorse. Give me an iguana. Don't buy food early. I think I've learned my lesson there. I'll be straight up with you. Like, for now, I would take a guinea pig and we'll see how our shops play out. But I no longer really mind... be a folded hat. I no longer really mind rolling a pill bug for 1 round. Oh no, I've highlighted my whole screen. They ran 3 pill bugs. Very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to fix this. I'm a boomer. I think I have to hit escape. I've done it. Anybody that runs into the same problem, I just clicked off the screen, okay? In case you're curious. I would buy, sell you. I know it seems crazy because like, what is the value of this buy-sell? It's an apple, man. A 2-cost apple, I think at this stage of the game, is actually kind of insane. So let's make sure Seahorse and Iguana both get I was going to say 2 buffs, but sell Guinea Piglet. We're not going to be able to set it up so they get 2 buffs, but we can at least set it up like this. Roll once. And we'll level up a Pillbug next turn. It's a little weird. But we're going to have a 2-5 Seahorse, and we're going to have a 2-5 Iguana. That's something I could start to think about. I could start to think about that. I could start to think positively. We just picked up a win. Look at that. Okay, 2 wins. Navigated acceptably. The level up is the big deal here. The medium is the message. 3-4 Pillbug. May surprise you. Hear me out. Let's do something that's never been done before. Let's invest in a Pillbug. And I'm going to add a Capybara just because 2-5 is actually like reasonable stats right now. And we also know we're going to be doing some pivoting. I would freeze 2 Yaks. That's a big, like, just in case a Koala shows up. I know they don't get subsequently buffed, but if a Koala shows up in, like, the next couple of rounds, we will be happy that these Yaks got a nice buff and then got frozen. Plus, it's not like there's really anything that much better in the shop we're really looking for right now. The dirty little secret of shops not being that great at this stage of the game. Okay, we lose this. Basically, that was entirely the hummingbird, which is fair. We have a guinea pig, they have a hummingbird. They beat us on that. Roll me. I recognize the problem, by the way. I would rather have a 2-2 Pillbug that maybe buffs a Pillbug for all I know. Probably into Capybara. Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. Obviously, we're inhibiting our ability to get koalas. What if you get one of these now, and we're about to feed our units some considerable HP, especially our Capybara. Okay, the math is not fortunate for us, but so be it. 6-6 Iguana is going to be a problem. That's fair. Okay, so this squad has not done it yet. But mark my words, this is where it's designed to pop. This is where it's designed to go to the next level. Roll me. I think we got to dump the Yaks. Just hasn't happened yet. We really don't want to keep a Seahorse going. I hate to say it. Like Seahorse Iguana, we're kind of like, we're out. We don't want it anymore. We need some scaling units. I might have considered a Salamander, even though I just rolled past it, but I just wasn't thinking, really. Okay, here's the deal. If you want to stay alive for this turn, I still like you as a pivoter. Here's what I'm going to do. You're a 9-5. You're an 8-2. Buy me. I really want to try to make the Salamander work. I just don't see. I think I've lost too much HP to feel comfortable. So we basically bought a 3-3 and a 2-2 buff for a Pillbug that is... Here's the thing. People, I'm sure, are going to say something like, you know, at some point your shops stop upgrading. That's very true. All I'm going to say in response to that is we would be lucky to be alive when that happens. So for now, I'm going to buff the strongest unit. I think it gives us the best chance moving forwards. But, you know, we might be dead right here. We got a little silly on this one. There's no doubt about that. Not interested. I really don't want to take a Leech or an Iguana. Now, if you don't want to take an Iguana, why is one on your team? That's a very valid question. I am basically, if I'm being honest, I am rolling and I am searching for a unit that doesn't exist. I am searching for a unit that would win us the game by itself for 3 gold when we pick it up. I think that we've dug ourselves in too deep. And I'm trying to keep all the blood in my head instead of going under. It is what it is. That was just a very poorly played game. I'll own up to that one. It was not... I'm not confused about why we lost there. I spent no good gold. Now, this is a great strawberry build. we need to get a strawberry, but it's a good strawberry build, so I'm not sweating that right now. Now, forget the pill bug, man. Why don't you give me how about a sizzling teapot? Round 1, this is draw or win material. Hold on, I'm pogging. Now, round 2, we need a strawberry, and then we keep our momentum going. That would be nice, thank you. We definitely still want this. Now, you can laugh at me all you want. We add this and sell it next turn. Well, an iguana that's kind of popping. A lot of people say, like, iguana's not that good. Nothing in tier 1, don't get yourself wrapped up in that nonsense, okay? Of, like, well, we did just get blown out, but, nothing in tier 1 or tier 2 is going to blow your doors off, okay? It's got stats, it's got some snipe ability, it's got some utility, that's why we respect it. So you're going to go. You're going to, I don't like the Okapi too much. Maybe if we got a hamster to work with it, I would consider, but we definitely want a seahorse. I think we could take a second iguana for a moment, and then I guess we are going to be rolling Okapi for a second, unless we want to roll right now. I guess in all seriousness, I would rather sell my mouse, roll a 1-2 Okapi instead of a 2-1 mouse because it doesn't really matter, and then feed our iguana an apple to keep it getting stronger. Okapi hamster can do some work, so maybe the hamster shows up in the future and we're happy we've got an Okapi, but I wouldn't set your watch to it just yet. Now the squad's starting to peak a little bit, and I'm feeling better. That's 1 win. 2 wins. Another iguana. I think the puffin can do some work, honestly, as well. So, like, I'm going to just add you. Not great at its present state, but with another strawberry on the squad, sure. You know what you can do? You can add a strawberry to the bird so that the bird is guaranteed to buff the iguana, but the puffin gets the benefit of there being 2 strawberry friends. Love it so far? Love it. Love it. Hold on, you have 15 HP. Is that legal? It's very legal and very cool. Would you look at that? And we're in a good position because we have a flex position. We have an expiring contract. The Okapi does not have to be here. Now, we could try to fit a koala yak in, but that's kind of like, you know, it's old hat at this point already. So I say no to that. I say let's try to get a little cooler. Let's try to do something a little neater. I will get a level 3 iguana. That's pretty neat. Now, I would still sell a seahorse, and I know you're going to be questioning this. And I would sell an Okapi. This is how much I value the platypus. Having capacity is very valuable. I'm just thinking. At this stage of the game. And that's something that was not true in the previous packs. So here's what I would say. Take a capybara at 2-6. Reep. Roll me. See what you get. Nothing that tickles my fancy that much. I think you benefit from a strawberry friend. We'll buy, sell you next turn. Now, it's possible the puffin will... I mean, it's a 50% chance the puffin will take this because the bird can't buff itself. It only has 2 targets. It buffed the right unit. I'm happy to see the seahorses died. We're getting shuffled a little bit. We're pogging. We're still pogging. Easiest win of my life. Wasn't even close. Down to the mirror match at the end. I knew I had it. Okay. Now, I like rolling one... Go ahead. I like rolling 1 seahorse just to trigger the iguana if we have to. Because it is 3 extra damage. Sure, come on out. And for now, honestly, if we're being real with one another, the capybara can probably go. If we're being real with one another, like, that's why I'm not buying a bird. The bird can also go. I think we're looking for pelicans. Get owned. Get moved. Get killed. Hold on. Okay. Now we got it. Something is working beautifully for us. We just got to make sure we don't, like, flame out. So pelican. Pelican is the dream. Or do we want to start alternatively scaling? Now, I know what you're going to say to this, but we're losing... 3-4 I don't even put any value on necessarily. We're losing a strawberry and a trigger. But I would still, to get the platypus out there And we're going to want to sell things eventually for space anyway, okay? Now, we probably do want to sell the bird as well. It's very fair and very valid. Roll me real quick. Not a huge fan of the squad, but you know what? I would not mind rolling a donkey for a second just to make our iguana pop a little further. And I also don't mind just adding a strawberry to like a unit that's going to die anyway. Because I'm sick. I'm twisted. And I'm trying to get a lot of wins now because when you get into the late game, stuff gets a little crazy. You're just seeing nonstop koalas and yaks. Okay, they've also got a full strawberry build. Very interesting. I understand. You're going toady strats. Nothing wrong with that. You're dead somehow. Okay. I must be accidentally incredible. We lose this. That's a strong team. That's a strong toad. Okay, I understand. Maybe I'm underrating the bird. Words to live by, things to think about. Not selling you just so that we get a mouse real quick. Would I add another donkey? Sure. But on the other hand, this donkey enabling the iguana speaks to me. Sell your bird, even though I just said I was underrating it. Sell your dove. Buy a platypus. Man, this has got to be like the slowest way to scale of all time. I don't know if this is really functional unless you have a starfish, but here I go doing it anyway. I'll buy sell you for a 2/2 buff is a little better than it seems, I think. It's a platypus, man. I'm losing it. Hold on, we're not gonna be dead and we're gonna have capacity. Okay, yeah, no. You gotta just trust me. This is gonna be fine, man. It's only round 8. And we start to get access to good units on our next turn, probably. Probably. Don't like yeah, you get moved to the back. I'll deal with you later. That's unfortunate. They got the pelican that I was looking for. I need that pelican. Well, not now. Okay, sell me. Combine me. Buy me. This is when we have space. It's always going to be good to buy a platypus because it's a net 0 change in gold. The problem is, should we have reconstructed our whole squad to make that happen? The answer is probably no. I don't think you're good enough. We're really looking for a good tier 5. I think a shoe bill, I think it's maybe a little late, but I don't think that necessarily means that it can't work. It would just be nice if we had more HP right now. I don't think this is necessarily going to get it done. I think we were straddling 2 different archetypes. I think they're me, but stronger. Yeah, we got no chance. All right, so like I said, I'm getting a lot more comfortable with the meta here. We performed admirably. We're getting 5 wins twice and 2 wins once. I'm figuring it out. I'm having a good time doing so, okay? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.